Hey guys!
Hello friends!
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little different. And it's kind of a little more behind the scenes stuff that we've been doing. We are at the Depot in Concord, North Carolina. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may have been there.
It's a nice store.
Yeah, very nice store. Really large. And we're going to talk about merchandising today. We're going to show you some of our favorite booths here, some of the ways people use really clever merchandising tricks, and then talk about tips and tricks for your own booth. Or actually you could probably even use it in your like home decor. They're kind of generic staging.
Like if you want little vignettes around the house, if you like that.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're like selling your home and you just want your house to look kind of
staged.
Yeah. They can always, are good tips that could be used for pretty much any application. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna talk a little bit about that, and then see what we can find. This booth is a good example of just things in mass. They have all of these dress forms with the earrings on the backing papers. It's pretty. And then they have all of these on the wall. So just like things that are the same with little variations to make it more interesting to look at. I love the overall vibe of this booth. It's like the epitome to me of like taking a theme and just completely running with it. Just every single item is selectively picked and then used in a really deliberate way. This booth reminds us of the Cracker Barrel, or I guess at this point the old Cracker Barrel, because now they've got the remodel. This booth always has a good use of color, so green, 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 and then they bring it over here and then into they also group like items together, like these brass and then these baskets. It's a cute little vignette. Just creates like an overall put together vibe. Yeah, there's like an orangey copper moment. The copper on the top just creates an obvious place for your eye to land. This booth, overall good use of lighting. All the lights are on, they're all plugged in. They even have overhead light, so it really like brightens up the space and brings your eye to it, even if you weren't noticing it in the first place. This is always a good one too, because it's an example of someone who doesn't have any walls. You can see their outline down here on the ground, but they don't have any walls to work with except for this like back wall. And they always come to Rough and Roost. I love all of their little tiny bits and bobs that they have. They're my favorite. Look, yeah, look at all the little artwork. Freaking adorable. This one, definitely example of one big punchy item, draws your eye in, makes you want to see more. Even though they have like a fairly small booth, it's just this area, everything is really large scale for the space. We took a lot of inspiration from this booth when we first started out. It is a lot of the same color, a lot of groupings of the same item, and then they have all of these tables that are cut in half and then stacked up on the wall to create this like vignette of shelving. Really love this idea. This booth is a good example of when you can't go out because they're bound from here to here, go up. They just added an extension to the top and went up high. These three booths right here, this one, and this one, all have motion sensing lights in them. So when the customer comes close to the booth, then the light comes on. Great idea. All right, let's talk about things you can do in your booth that are punchy, but don't require a lot of effort or a lot of money. And and that would be this garland made out of book pages. Caught my eye from the aisle, made me come into this booth, but probably wasn't that hard to make. Didn't cost a lot of money. This booth is a good example of like sticking with one color palette and making sure everything is in that color palette. It's all like creams and whites and this like honey wood tone and then the crystal, but it works and it keeps you like on track. It's easy to create vignettes when all of your stuff is in the same color family because you can put anything together and it looks really pretty. Here's another example of if you don't have the room, look up and create room with these two boards going across and then wrapping the lighting around it and then adding all of these baskets and hanging it all from the roof. I tip my hat to whoever styled all these shelves because they look great. But you can see like how they used layering and lifts and levels just to make everything seem like it's intentional. And that makes it look really great. This vendor built an entire front porch in their booth. Wow. This booth has a lot of handmade rugs that they're trying to display, and I think like the ones on the wall are done really well, but also they have these ladders in the middle and the rugs are hooked onto the ladder to kind of make this A-frame shape, and then the lighting, all the electrical is hidden under here, which is a really great idea. This is another one of my personal favorite booths. I just love the like academia look of everything. It's just, I love the way everything like works together. Everything's really, really deliberate and just like really hammers home that look that they're trying to go for. What a cool cabinet. Love this for display. But this is probably my favorite booth in the whole depot. I love how you kind of come into the booth. It's got like a designated entrance, so it makes it feel like you're coming into someone's space. So I don't know, maybe it fuels that like treasure hunt vibe in me, but everything is so, I mean, it's still got that academia vibe that I love, but everything is just so deliberate and curated, and I love that. Yeah, on that same vibe of like dark academia and the colors really popping off a dark color. I really love this booth. Crystal, silver, milk glass, hydrangeas, always a vibe. This might be the epitome of using every inch of space that you pay for and in such a beautiful way. Look at this mannequin and all of these beautiful French chandeliers. If I could, I'd take them all home with me.
Just this one. Look at this one over here.
Yeah, that like Art Deco one, $425.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is another booth that has a look and they don't deviate. So it's very like neutral colors with splashes of pink and like taking that shabby chic look all throughout the booth. And up here, they have like magazine pages and then these like paper pom-pom balls. Again, probably didn't cost a lot to create, but makes quite the punch in your booth. Did you say you needed a blow mold? I'm sure this vendor is on like every holiday. This booth is using lighting in a different way, from up from the table onto these pictures and all this white. It's very pretty. We love this booth. It's like 2 booths put together, but it's a good use of space, a good use of color, like color throughout. Makes it really cheery, especially with all the yellow, all the pops of yellow and green. It's so pretty. And it's like just cluttered enough, but still able to see what's available and what they have. This booth again does not have very much wall space. They don't have a wall at that end, and they have kind of a makeshift wall down here. But then this whole back area is just like the back of that other booth, except for a few like doors and stuff. So they're making do with what they've got, and everything. I'd say this is probably a good example of eye level is buy level, because there's not much like down on the ground. It's all up here, right where you're looking. As a general rule, we tend to be drawn to either really white, bright booths like this one, or like really dark ones like I showed earlier in the video. But I mean, Ironstone always has a special place in my heart, so you could always get me with a good Ironstone suturing. We had book pages garland, and now this garland is made out of ribbon. This is a good space-saving idea to just like in-nest stuff in here, but we were also saying if you like put like bulbs down in here at Christmas and then bulbs up here with stuff kind of trailing out of it, how pretty that would be. This is kind of a glass heavy booth, and glass and crystal. And they have it mostly on shelves, but this like old magazine rack is a good way to display platters and stuff. Fall is coming and I love it.
Yeah.
That is so adorable.
Look at the dark ones. I love the dark ones.
Oh gosh, I'm so ready for cooler weather and pumpkins. This was a cute 4th of July setup. All the colors, so pretty. Ooh, be still my brass loving heart.
Look at that candle.
Oh my. That might be a little too much brass even for me.
No.
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, I have one of these. $15.
Yes, this is a good idea. To get one of these little trays and put
Yeah.
a clothes over it.
That's cute. Oh, yes, please. I'll take it all. When we first started talking about having a booth, I took a picture of this one. It's nothing like what our booth looks like now, but it was like a great source of inspiration to me. I just loved like the antiqueness of it all, like the chippy corbels, like all the white, and then all the brass, the old doors. Like, I just love this booth, and no matter what they've done to it throughout the seasons, ever since I started coming here, it's always been one of my faves.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I hope you guys got some value out of that and got to see like how different people style their booths based on like what walls they're working with, or like
Space.
yeah, space and height and all that kind of stuff. And hope you are able to implement that in your booth, your home. Hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah. We use a lot of ideas from here in our house.
Yeah, and in the booth too.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, in the booth.
Especially when we had that corner booth.
Mm-hmm.
I used to come here a lot just to see how people like style that corner with like the 2 open sides, because
That was hard.
it was a conundrum to me. So well, that is all for us for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got something out of it.
Sorry, we've been low key today. Jennifer's been sickly.
Yeah, very ill. So it was an easy video to do and still bring some value.
Well, we hope so anyway.
Yeah. So we will see you guys next time. Hope you have a good week, and
We'll see you next week.
yeah,
Bye.
Bye.